got some great buys of the toy variety. Why? Because we were at Toy Force in Ajax. We were at the first one last year, 2018. They had, because it was so successful, they decided to throw another one in the fall. But this is I guess the official annual toy thing. Essentially, they have vendors there. This time they had some prop display guys. They called them props, but they weren't props. They were essentially replicas. I don't think there was nothing there that, as far as I could tell, that I saw was an actual prop from a show. They were all replica reproduction. I guess you call them props. But when I hear props, I hear that's something that was used, not something that somebody's replicated. You gotta differentiate, right? So if somebody knits a scarf that looks like Doctor Who's scarf, that's not a prop. I mean, you could use it as a prop in cosplay, but if you've made it and you're selling it, or you've made it and you display it, that's not a prop. That is a replica. Make the differential. Right? Am I wrong? I think I'm right. But yeah, went there for the toys. Again, it was packed as usual. In fact, I think one or two vendors ended up upstairs where the prop located area was, because they had so many people who wanted to get in on this. We went a little late, so there were some vendors who you could tell obviously had some juicy pieces that were purchased because their shelves were quite empty, and other ones just didn't have what people wanted, so they weren't as empty as others. They were still full, but I still managed to find some great deals. First up, for $100 from SH Monster Arts, we've got the Destroya Evolution set. Comes with essentially three figures. The Evolution series of Destroya. Honestly, finding these in the wild is hard. Usually any store that carries them, you have to pre-order them, they get them in, they're sold, and they never have anything on their shelf. So when I see something on the shelf, and at $100, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, these things sell between $60 and $80, or even more, depending on which one they are, US. So once you convert it to Canadian, add in shipping, I'm paying over $100 per release anyways, so at $100, yes, that's awesome. And this isn't, I don't remember when this one came out. Probably doesn't say. I think it's 2013. 2000, was it? I don't know, 2000 something. 13, 14, 15, maybe. It was one of the earlier sets from the series, so. Then I grabbed a whole bunch of G.I. Joe. This one he had priced at $50. It's not in the best of condition, but it is in okay condition. It's got a crease right here. I don't know if you can see it. Right there, it's got a little crease on the foil. But this is the Mail Away 25th anniversary Doc figure. That was priced at $50. Then you had a whole bunch of figures. Crimson Guard. Another Crimson Guard. Arctic Snake Eyes. And I think he had these priced at Snow Serpent. What do you have them priced at? $12. Now, considering most people have these priced at $15 to start, the Mercenary Wraith figure, that was already a good price. Cobra Paraviper. What's this? Python Officer. And then finally, this little guy. I don't know if you remember these ever being released, but he had this priced at $5. He gave me a price. If you were counting at $12 and plus 50, that's well over. For the 51, I said 40. Then he did the math. Essentially, he said, this one's free. Have it. So, $5? No, free. Awesome. So this one I offered him 40. He said, sure, not a problem. It's like, all right. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other figures, which at $12 would be, what, 84? Plus the 40 should be 124. He said 200 flat. So even if I say these are at, whatever, $12 each, which I'm perfectly willing to spend. So, what did I say? 12. So I got this guy for under $30. Down for like 20 bucks. 25. Let's just say it's 25 because I got this guy for free. But the reason why I'm so stoked is I'm really trying to get these before they're gone. These are the Canadian releases. Essentially because in Canada you need to have English and French on your packaging in order to get the 25th anniversary figures into stores up here in time. I actually have one of the earlier ones. I'll show you, because I've got both of them. Let's see, we'll put this here like this, see if it'll stay. So this is what they did first. They just printed a generic card back that everybody had, right? And then they stuck these stickers to them. So there's no real thing here. So they just that's how they originally solved it. They're like, we got to get it out there. They can't wait in Canada. No, we can't wait. Get your act together right off the bat. So this is what they had. So first I got to find all of these guys with this, because I know they're all out there. Then they went to this. So they gave this. They printed again. Same backs. Well, no, this is not the same backs. This is the different backs. This has the second wave of guys on the back, I think. I don't know, but yeah. Different backs, different front. This time they have 3, if it's a Cobra figure, they've got 3 Cobras. And again, the name is just a sticker. This time it's clear instead of the white. Now for G.I. Joes, I think I have a Joe here somewhere. Wow, it went on. So here's another one with the Cobra, different back. So that they actually went with this for a while, oddly enough. Let's see, I know I have a Joe in here somewhere. Were they all Cobras? Maybe they were all. No, here's a Joe. Yeah, I got one Joe. Remember, Snake Eyes. So the G.I. Joes, they got those 3 on. Right. So these ones have the same back. They're from the same wave, essentially. But yeah, that's how they got around it. And then eventually, they started releasing them like this. Again, this is the mail away, so this is all in English. This is the U.S. release. The mail away, I guess they didn't have to really abide by Canadian packaging laws because it wasn't going to be on the shelf. But as far as I know, they don't have a Canadian version of this with English and French. Maybe they do. If they do, comment down below. I'd love to know. But yeah, so whenever I can, I pick up these alternate artworks because the only place you could get them is in Canada. And as such, they don't have a larger print run. Now, I mean, some collectors may not be into it, but if you know anything about Star Wars collecting, you'll know that a lot of the the Star Wars figures, the most expensive, the most sought after, are the ones that are in Canadian packaging, simply because there wasn't as many of them made. So if you're getting into modern and you want to get into picking up these crazy things, then stay away from my Canadian figures. Just buy the regular ones. I mean, really, you don't need to collect what I'm collecting. Collect your own thing. So, yeah. Great buys, if you ask me. Let me know what you think down below. Are you collecting Joes? Do you think I made the right decision here? Again, I mean, I got a free figure just for buying stuff. He looks mad. Look at his face. Anyways, heck, I would have paid $5 for this guy anyways. These are the cheap, I don't know if were they in the dollar store or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. In fact, I don't remember because I never saw them. As you can see, there's no French on this one. But yeah, I think they were in like a dollar store or something like that, which is why they don't have any weapons. So really, they're only good for collectors. If you're into collecting things, then you pick them up, like I am. If you're actually looking for, all the weapons and all that kind of stuff, or if you want them loose, those guys are pointless, right? I mean, you might pick them up loose because you have extra weapons or you're army building or something like that, because you can get them cheap. I mean, $5 is pretty much the going rate, even US. I've seen them for $2, $3, people picking them up, or selling them. So yeah, when you see them, grab them because they're usually really, really cheap. But they're getting harder and harder to find. I may only have 2 or 3 of those actual figures myself. So yeah. Anyways, that was my trip to the Toy Force Toy Fair, Extravagant Toy Invasion, I think they call it, in Ajax 2019 spring. I guess they'll probably have a fall one again. Maybe both of them will become annual events, but it was packed, lots of vendors, and when we went, there were still a lot of people, and we went, honestly, we went, like I said, we went real late, and it was like later on in the day. I think they were only going to be open for another hour when we got there, and you gotta get there early if you want the good deals, but I still managed to pick up something. I didn't want to go away empty-handed. They did have, there was a guy who had 2, what were they? I don't know, boxed somethings. I can't even remember what they were that I forgot about. Otherwise, I would have gone back and tried to make a deal. But yeah, I can't remember what they are right now. They're from a completely different toy line. I'll just say that. They weren't G.I. Joe. They weren't Transformers. They were something else. I just can't remember what it was. It wasn't Turtles. Something else. Anyways, I'm rambling. If I ever remember it, maybe it'll show up here before I post this. I don't know. But yeah, if you're into toys, let me know what you think. Did I make the right call here? Comment down below. Thanks for watching. Till next video. Take care. Have a good one.